Hi everyone, my name is Sarah and today I'm going to be showing you some different stretches and exercises you can do to help improve your ankle mobility. So ankle mobility or lack of ankle mobility can affect you when you do quite a few different things even if you don't realize it. A couple basic examples of something you might experience if you have low range ankle mobility or low ankle mobility is you might find it harder to get deeper into squats or lunges. First thing we're going to do is an ankle mobility test. What you're going to do is mark 4 inches on your floor. You can do this with a piece of tape, putting it either at a 4-inch mark or using a 4-inch long piece of tape. Then what you're going to do is put your big toe right at the edge of that piece of tape, 4 inches away from your wall. And then you're going to lean forward almost in a lunge position and try to touch your knee to the wall. Now, if you have good ankle mobility, you should be able to do this without too much trouble and get your knee all the way to touch the wall, even if you do feel a bit of a stretch. Now, if you have poor ankle mobility, you will find this exercise to be quite difficult and likely won't be able to get your knee to the wall. Now, some of the exercises. The first thing you'd want to do is you always want to warm up your ankle. This could be as simple as walking around the house or doing just some standing ankle rolls before getting started. The first exercise that we're going to do for ankle mobility is ankle rolls while we're sitting with our ankle elevated. So sitting on the ground, if you have a foam roller, then use a foam roller. If not, you could use a rolled up towel or sweater. And you're going to put the foam roller or towel or sweater under the back of your calf, close to your ankle. Once you have your foot elevated, you're going to start doing ankle rolls or ankle circles, and you're going to make sure that you go both ways. So starting going clockwise, do about 5 to 6, and then go counterclockwise, do 5 to 6, and you're going to want to repeat that a few times, and of course repeat them on the other foot as well. The next stretch that we have is called the Plantar Flexion Stretch. For this exercise, if you need to balance on something, feel free to grab onto a table or chair. You're going to angle your foot so that the top of your foot is placed down on the ground, and you're going to slowly press into your ankle until you feel a stretch all throughout the top of your foot and throughout the top of your ankle as well. You're going to hold for a few seconds. Then take your foot off the ground. If you need to, feel free to do some ankle rotations here just to loosen your ankle up, and then do the stretch again. Once you're finished, you can do the stretch on the other side. The next stretch we have is the knee to wall stretch, which is actually just pretty much doing the ankle mobility test that we did at the beginning. You're gonna place your foot starting at around 4 inches away from a wall, and you're gonna slowly try to bring your knee to the wall. If you're able to do this successfully, then you can start moving your foot back a little bit more. If you're looking to really track your progress in your ankle mobility, then start by placing your foot at a spot where you can successfully bring your knee to the wall, and then mark it on the floor, maybe with a piece of paper. And then as your ankle becomes more mobile, you should be able to get your knee to the wall with your foot being farther and farther away from the wall. For our next exercise, we have elevated calf raises. You can do these either on a set of books or on a stair. And what you're going to be doing are regular calf raises, except when you come down, rather than coming down to your heel being on the floor, since you're on either a step or a set of books, your heel is going to come down lower than the floor before you come back up into the full calf raise. You're going to repeat these a few times. Feel free to take a break and then do them again. This exercise will help strengthen your calves as well as your ankles. Now, speaking of calves, a lot of people can end up having low ankle mobility or tight ankles because they actually have tight calves. So we're going to be doing a couple calf stretches. For the first one, this is a pretty generic calf stretch. You're going to stand close to a wall with your heel on the ground and placing your toes against the wall. Then you're going to slightly bring your body weight forwards until you feel a stretch up the back of your calf. The second stretch we're going to do is going to target a different area of your calf, lower down and closer to your ankle. For this exercise, you're going to want to stand almost in a narrow lunge position. With your back foot, You're going to angle your toes slightly inward, only very slightly inward. You mostly just want to make sure that they're not pointing outwards when you do this. And then you're going to slowly put weight into your front foot, and you should feel a stretch again in your calf, but as I said, this time lower down and closer to your ankle. The last stretch that we have for today is a dorsiflexion stretch with a towel. So sitting on the ground, and you can either do this one ankle at a time or with both ankles. I would suggest if you have poor ankle mobility in one foot, but better ankle mobility in the other foot, it would be better to do these one ankle at a time. What you're going to do is, in a seated position, put both your legs out in front of you, or just one if you're doing the single leg version. You're going to take a small hand towel, wrap it around the bottom of your feet, and you're going to slowly pull your toes in towards you. After holding it for around 30 seconds, feel free to move the towel, move your feet around a little bit, and then do the stretch again. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you find some of these stretches useful and that it will help you to improve your ankle mobility.